She was very triggered and needed a few hours away from me after I got home. She's still acting somewhat cold toward me. I got that it triggered her and reminded her of the past, and she's afraid that I'm relapsing. I'm not, but I haven't gotten the chance to talk to her about it. I'm not sure if the time is needed issue or something else. We've had a lot of good talks contextually easily, best of us so, and things are getting better obviously, so I'm afraid that these things are set back a lot. Okay, we can do things right, and it still is scary for her. As she's climbing her side of the mountain, she can slip and be triggered for reasons that have nothing to do with you. She's got her own development, she's got her own work, she's got her own scary processes to go through. And so this is why it's so important that we're secure, because if when she falls, it pulls on you and you get worse. If you get worse when she gets worse, then we got this two people yanking on each other until both people fall to the bottom of the cliff. So in this case, the most important thing you can do is to re-anchor yourself to what you're trying to be and what you're trying to accomplish. Just keep it going and try to look for a 1% way to improve. Stay as stable with the system you've been developing as you can. Don't let her reaction mess you up. My wife seems to need repeated reassurance. Now, take that academic phrase and put it with an awareness of Satan. Let me rephrase what you said. Satan has a tendency to reoccurringly scare the crud out of her over things that I thought were consistent. And so when we're flying the airplane and we did the mental checklist on its safety, we don't feel like we need to share it with anybody. But in reality, we do the checklist every time, and our passengers would feel safer if we let them know that we did it and we checked everything off. I'm still going to this location, and they actually do this on airplanes. If you're on this airplane, you should be planning to go to Dallas, because that's where this airplane's going. If you're not going to Dallas, you're on the wrong airplane. Okay. So they tell us where they're going. Let us tell our wives where we hope to take them, and then let them decide whether or not they want to join us. Whenever you try to do something and the plan does not go as planned, we call this a lost battle. But it's not like you lost the whole game. It's not like you lost everything. We want you to think like an athlete. If you call a play and it does not go as planned, you huddle, you regroup, you assess, and you try again. When you're reflecting, there's 3 questions you want to ask. What did I do right? This is not an arrogant statement. This is a scientific statement. Try to think like an athlete. What did I do wrong? There's different ways to say that. Didn't follow the plan. I just dropped the ball. This is not a rebuke. This is not a naughty, you should feel stupid, you should feel dumb. It's really important that you not have negative feelings about it. You might have a little bit, but just go, okay, that's not what I'm doing right now. I'm being scientific, I'm analyzing. And then when you're studying a sporting dynamic, what technique did my opponent, which is Satan, not your wife, use to defeat me? You can do this every day. You can do this once a week. It's hard to do every day because it's work. Every time you try to get something right, we call that acting. So in your journal, you write down what you tried to get right. Then you run it through the reflecting. You analyze it a little bit. Then you discover in your journal, take notes on new ways to improve in this area that you find in books, videos, wise people, or personal revelation. Demonstrate that you're not going to just try the same thing over and over again. Just like Thomas Edison, he didn't do the same experiment over and over again to try to get the light bulb to work. Every time in a journal, he kept track of what he was going to try new. You've got the notes, you've got your little short description of what you did to act that you tried to get right, and then you make a new plan.